I believe in roses. Throughout my life, I have always been very close to my family. However, I was especially close with my aunt. I remember being so excited to go to her house every week and spend as much time as I could with her. But then I moved and everything changed. At first, this was really hard for me. Moving to a completely different state led to a lot of unknowns for my family. At the time, I didn't understand why we had to leave everything and move just because of my dad's schooling. But I eventually started to settle into Arizona and began making friends and getting to know more and more people. I became more forgiving to my parents for making me leave all of my friends and my family and realized that it was all for a reason. Everything was going pretty smoothly until one day my mom sat me down and told me that my aunt had just been diagnosed with cancer. This was really hard for me, and it took a lot of adjusting before I could accept the fact that she was actually sick. When my aunt began her treatments, I could tell that the chemo had completely changed her. And just when I had began to have hope and think that she was going to be okay, my mom told me that she wasn't responding to her treatments. I was absolutely devastated. Soon after, I went back to Utah to visit my aunt, not knowing that this would be the last time I would ever see her. A few weeks later, she passed away. I remember going back for her funeral, seeing flowers everywhere. The one flower in particular that stuck out to me were the roses. They were all over and reminded me of my aunt, as they were her favorite type of flower. Now, when my family and I see roses, we are able to remember her and the times we had together. They remind us of the importance of making memories while we can, because eventually, that will be all that we have of each other. This is exactly what I experienced with the death of my aunt. For a long time, I was very upset about what had happened with my aunt, and there were a lot of what-ifs going through my mind. I started to talk about it with my family and friends, and started to realize that everything was going to be okay. I began to make life more positive and remember the good things that were happening. Although her death was a very hard thing for me to accept, I focused on the memories and happy times that I spent with my aunt. And after all that I have been through, this experience helped me to become closer to my best friends today, and has also strengthened my relationship with my family. Even though the death of my aunt was very challenging and put a lot of bumps in the road, I was able to learn as well as grow from it. Through this experience, I learned how valuable memories are and how they can help us grow and heal. Some people are not as fortunate as me to have memories of their past loved ones. I believe that this is the reason that I was able to help better myself from this experience. Remembering my aunt and her love for roses has made this even clearer to me. So that is why I believe in roses.